If you've ever hit submit on a credit card application, waited 10 seconds, and instead of seeing congratulations, you're approved, you got pending review, or even worse, you'll receive a decision in the mail in 7 to 10 business days. Something you wrote triggered a red flag. There are 5 things you should never put on a credit application. And after speaking with over 100 bankers over the last 6 years and funding over $95 million in approvals for my clients, I'm going to show you exactly what they are and why they're killing your chances at instant approvals. Welcome back to the Credit with Colin channel, where we talk about how to leverage credit and get max funding. I'm an 8-year United States Marine Corps veteran, and over the last 6 years, I built a real funding company with 20 plus employees. Links to work with my team to get your credit fixed or get you 100K in funding and invest for cash flow are in the pinned comment and description below. Be sure to drop a like, comment something below, even just an emoji, guys. Show some support so the algorithm knows this is valuable and shares it with others. Let's get into it. Number 1, retired or self-employed. This is one of the biggest mistakes I see people make. When it asks for employment status, you don't want to just casually put down retired or self-employed. And basically, the reason why is, to an underwriter, retired can signal fixed income, limited income, and it's higher risk. It doesn't matter if you've got millions invested in stocks. The algorithm doesn't know that. It just sees a limited income profile. And let's talk about self-employed. You may be crushing it in business, making good revenue, but to the underwriting algorithm, self-employed often signals income instability. Banks like predictability. They love W-2 consistency. So what I do, instead of putting self-employed, I personally put down that I am employed and I list my LLC as my employer. And this works wonders for me. Credit is all about positioning yourself as a stable, credible borrower. The second thing you should never write on apps is income that's too low or unrealistically high. This is huge. You never want to put income that is 30K. Some people put $0 and they wonder why they get denied, or wildly exaggerated like 400K to $1 million, unless you can prove it. Now let's talk about income first. Banks calculate DTI, debt to income ratio. If you make 30K per year and your rent is 1,500, your car is 600, your student loans is 400, your DTI is 60%, and the math starts looking tight. The algorithm's going to flag you as a higher risk, deny you, or give you a lowball approval. Now let's talk about the other extreme. Don't put 500K income if you can't reasonably justify it. You're not going to go to jail, but you can trigger a verification request. And if they ask for proof and you can't provide it, well, now you're denied, right? So here's the key principle. Your income must be believable and defensible. And ideally, you want to keep your DTI below 30%. If applicable, you can use household income. Some people use their parents' income if they live with them, or their spouse's income as well. You could also use legitimate projected income, especially for business, right? If you just hit 40K your first month in business, you could project out. Now, but whatever you put, you need to be able to justify it. Credibility wins approvals. The sweet spot is typically 100K to 250,000. Number 3, this one is huge. You don't want to put the wrong industry on business credit applications. Let's talk about that. When you're filling out the industry section, you really don't want to rush it, because getting classified in the wrong NAS code will get you denied. Banks use the NAS code to classify you, and the code tells them what type of business you are and whether they consider it high risk or not. Now, there are industries that banks typically avoid, like cannabis, credit repair, adult entertainment, crypto, lending, certain real estate investment models, anything high risk, finances, capital investments, lending, especially trucking and construction as well, could be difficult to get approved for as well. Now, it doesn't mean that funding is impossible. It just means certain banks will not lend to them. But you need to understand how your industry is categorized and choose the most accurate but bank-friendly description of what you actually do. Underwriting is about the risk perception. If they perceive you as high risk, you're going to get denied. For example, a lot of real estate investors go with property management. It's lower risk and more stable, or even marketing if they do wholesaling, right? A lot of trucking companies sometimes go with logistics consulting, or pretty much any industry can go with consulting if you do some form of consulting within your industry. Now, for example, take a look at this, guys. Here are some of the top 10 lowest risk NAS codes you can use. 541611 consulting. Pretty much anybody can use this, right? There's a couple of others on here, and I want you to realize that no matter what industry you are, there's probably a lower risk NAS code you can use within it. For example, real estate investors, flippers, you could use 531390 advisory, or we really love property management. Construction can use planning and project management. Trucking can use logistics coordination. And restaurants could even do consulting or training or all different kinds of things. Construction could do interior design. So what you want to do is, if you're in a high risk industry, You want to find something within the realm of what you do that is lower risk, because that is what's going to get you better approvals. The fourth thing people mess up on credit application is the use of funds. When the application asks, what will the funds be used for? You don't want to say buying real estate, investing in real estate, starting a cannabis farm, opening a strip club, buying meme coins with crypto, right? Underwriters want to see stable, scalable purposes. They like anything that grows the business and makes it more money. Think working capital, marketing and advertising, inventory, or business expansion and hiring. Those are safe, predictable, bank friendly. And again, credit is all about positioning and perception. You're not pitching Shark Tank. You're trying to pass an algorithm here, guys. And the fifth and final thing you don't want to put on a credit application is inconsistent personal information. That's why some of you are not getting automatically approved. Most credit applications today are algorithm driven. They pull data from the 3 credit bureaus, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, and sometimes even the business credit bureaus, D&B, Equifax, and Experian Biz, and even secondary bureaus like LexisNexis, SageStream, and others. Now, for example, on the Lightstream application, you have to use the exact address that they pull on your TransUnion report. Whatever's on your TransUnion Bureau credit report, the address, you have to use that one, even if you don't presently live there, or you won't get instantly automatically approved. So basically, you want to pull your credit reports, and if your name is spelled differently across reports, if the report shows a different address than what's on your application, if your employment history isn't up to date, or business credit shows a different industry or NAS code, you could get kicked out of the automated approval lane real quick. Congruency is everything. Your data must line up across the board. That's why I tell people, pull all of your reports, dissect them, and fix the discrepancies. When your profile is clean and aligned, approvals increase dramatically. You can even go to Experian, Equifax, TransUnion.com, make a free account with all of them, and you could update your addresses and information with all of them. All right, guys, time for your recap. You're not getting instant approvals because your employment status is triggering risk flags. Your income doesn't pass DTI thresholds. Your industry code is high risk, or your stated use of funds sounds risky. And lastly, your credit data across the bureaus is not congruent. Most approvals today are automatically algorithm driven, and humans review later if you don't get auto approved, right? But if you get auto approved, you win fast. If you trigger red flags, you go to manual review, and manual means scrutiny. At the end of the day, it's all about presentation and perception. You're not the lender, you are the borrower. Your job is to present yourself as low risk, stable, credible, and bankable. As always, guys, don't be a mouth breather. Hit the like button, subscribe. Your boy just dropped a ton of game, as always. Guys, links for credit repair or to work with my team to get 100K plus in funding and deploy it into cash flowing assets are in the pinned comment and description. If you have any questions at all or just want to show some love and support, drop a comment below. I personally answer every single one of them. It's Credit with Colin, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Deuces!